What's going on, everyone? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope y'all Saturday is going pretty good. But as you can see from the thumbnail, man, I have a special broadcast for y'all on this Saturday. But before we jump into that, please, I just want to give you a friendly reminder to please go to the YouTube channel Black Empowerment Movement. Please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hey, I got plenty of videos with lots of information about things we're doing in the community. Just overall, just good information relating to the Black community as a whole. So go to the YouTube channel Black Empowerment Movement, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you see some videos you like, hey, like all the videos, share all the videos. We're trying to, continue to grow this YouTube channel over here. And the only way I can grow the channel and eventually get to 1,000 subscribers is by you sharing the videos, liking the videos. That helps a lot, a lot. It's free. Like a video, share, and subscribe. That's all I ask. Don't need any money. If you want to donate, see in the description box how you can donate as well. But let's get into it today. We're gonna be looking at Mr. Jerry Jones. The question of the day is Jerry Jones a racist? I don't know if he's a racist or not, but we do have some questions. We have some questions from his, childhood, his upbringing, and the things that came to the light recently raised some interesting questions about Mr. Jerry Jones, And the only thing we can do is just analyze things. People say, oh, he was 14, but hey, some of the things you learn from your childhood you carry into your adulthood, which we all know. So I just want us to, since we live in a world of, I'm against cancel. I'm not a big fan of that. But if we're gonna play by the rules of how we treat other groups of people, then we need to extend that to all groups, including the people in the dominant society, especially like Mr. Jerry Jones. He's not above how anyone else is getting treated. So fair is fair, right? But let's get into it. If you haven't heard about what's going on with Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, unfortunately, yeah, I root for the Cowboys. I'm guilty. Don't hold it against me. But the team, I'm not a fan of Jerry Jones. So let's get that clear. But let's get into it. Let's look into the what everyone is talking about regarding Jerry Jones. So let me get that up, because it's very interesting. Nevertheless, so that's fine. Let's see. Let's see. Here. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go.
Yards from where the 6 black students were being jostled and repelled with snarling racial slurs by ringleaders of the mob. So joining us now, sports and feature columnist at the Washington Post, Sally Jenkins. Sally broke this story along with her co-author, David Moranis. We're so happy that you could join us this morning. Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving to you. And again, I have to commend you on your reporting. This whole thing is right. I mean, it's really stunning. It's fascinating. So let's start with the picture, okay, and then we'll talk about how we could have sort of moved diversity along with coaching in the NFL and in sports. Let's start with this photograph, though. What did you learn about this from this photograph?
Well, I think the first thing you learn is just how widespread the segregationists were in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Jerry Jones's high school was North Little Rock, which was across the Arkansas River from Central High School, which is the school that got all of the attention when Eisenhower sent in federal troops to protect the Little Rock Nine at that school over there. But the segregationist agitators were actually very active on both sites. and the fact that we knew that generationally Jerry Jones had to have experienced the events in Little Rock more generally, but to find him in the photograph and to learn that he experienced one of those incidents right on the schoolhouse steps was pretty revelatory. We were blown away, to put it mildly.
Let me ask you about this picture just quickly here, because he's saying, you know, I was just there. I wasn't participating. I was there just sort of to observe. But with the photograph, which you point out in your reporting, is that in order to get where he was at the top of those stairs, that he had to get up there pretty quickly, and those were sort of the students that were keeping the black students from entering. Does this say anything about his participation? Are you making any sort of judgment about it, or?
No, two things. First of all, he's a little at the time, so he's actually younger than the ringleaders that you can see in the photographs. That's one thing that we noticed. We did look at a sequence of photos leading up to those schoolhouse steps, and the white teenagers on the steps did have to move around the black students to get to the top of the steps. Nevertheless, he is further back. He is younger than.
So, guys, y'all see, even though they somewhat caught Jerry Jones red-handed, you have this Caucasian woman of the dominant society still is just in her to still try to protect him. She's making all these excuses of why Jerry Jones is not like the other guys in the picture. She's still making an excuse for him. So I hope y'all caught that.
Than the lead participants. And so I think that, you know, you simply have to take him at his word unless something else appears, that he was there more out of curiosity.
So why we got to take Jerry Jones at his word? Like she said, we got to take Jerry Jones at his word. Why? Why we got to take him at his word? And you know, guys, y'all know I'm going to tie this back into Kyrie. No one taking Kyrie at his word. No one is taking Kyrie at his word that he's not anti-Semitic. But we supposed to take Jerry Jones at his word. Okay.
And fascination, as opposed to being really at the very epicenter of the active events. He does remember, one thing he told us that did not make it in the story is that he does remember that it got physical. The tough guys that you see in the center of the photograph end up really pushing the kids down off the steps. And in fact, one of them is arrested.
I hope everyone takes a moment to read the reporting that you and David did as they watch football, because the reason you did this is not just about that photo, it's about what it means with his position of power in the league now and the NFL now and the position of power the Cowboys have, right? And this is part of what the Washington Post is doing, examining the NFL's, as you guys call, decades-long failure to equitably promote black coaches, right?
Yo, I don't know who Jerry Jones made mad. This story broke for a reason. I think it has something to do with Dan Snyder and the owners of the Washington football team. Well, not the football team, the Commanders. I can't get used to saying Washington Commanders. But Dan Snyder is the owner of the Washington Commanders. I think he had this photo in his back pocket for a long time, and he finally released this to the Washington, the Washington Post. So there's some messy stuff going on behind the scenes. But nevertheless, the photo is out, and we have questions regarding Jerry Jones. And let's finish this and just watch a little more of this shit.
And go ahead.
Well, this story is part of a long series we've been doing called Blackout, which is examining the issues in the league about the fact that almost 70% of the workforce is black, and yet there are only 3 head coaches. One of the things our data has found is that mid-level black coaches who do manage to get head coaching jobs waited an average of 9 years longer in mid-level assistant coaching jobs than their white counterparts. So there's some very striking inequities within the league, as the league admits. And by the way, Jerry Jones was the only owner to talk to us for this series in any in-depth way. We give him a lot of credit for sitting down and having this very good.
All right. Don't want to hear any more about her taking up for Jerry Jones. That's all she's doing is taking up for Jerry Jones at this moment. So But yeah, guys. Even though she presented the evidence and doing all that, she still can't help but make excuses for Jerry Jones at the same time. And let's see, do I have something? Let's see. I think I had Jerry Jones responding to the allegations. Let's see what his old last have to say.
No, at the time, the monumental event really that was going on, and I'm sure glad that we're a long way from that.
The photo captured when Arkansas was at the center of the civil rights movement, and Arkansas schools were desegregated soon after the photo of Jones was taken. Jones says he showed up to see what was going on, not to participate in the mob.
Nobody there had any idea, frankly, what was going to take place. We didn't have all the last 70 years of reference and all the things that were going.
Well, so he's playing dumb right now. I didn't know what was going on. I was just there out of curiosity. Nah, Jerry Jones, you knew exactly what was going on as a 14-year-old. Just keep it real. Just keep it real. That's all we ask you, Jerry Jones. Keep it real. But he want to play dumb. But that's fine. Let's just rewind, guys. So Kyrie Irving, we know he shared a link to a movie. No comment, no nothing. Just shared a link to a movie. And we had all these lists of demands for Kyrie Irving just for sharing a link. But Jerry Jones, as a young man, actually participated in something that was very traumatizing to another group of people. Outright racist, if you're there. And guys, with us, we always get penalized for being in association with something. Jerry Jones should be under that same scrutiny. By association, by just being there, he's guilty. And I think he should apologize. He should most definitely apologize for just being in association in that crowd. We need an apology. But that we got to go back a few years back. Jerry Jones have a history of showing what we may see as his true self. So let me play this, guys. I want to take you down memory lane today, not too long ago. Y'all know when we had the Kaepernick stuff going on, the players kneeling, and you remember Jerry Jones saying his players gonna stand up with their hands on the chest. If they don't, they're gonna get benched. Oh, we haven't forgotten about that, Jerry Jones. Let's play that. Well, let's play Pastor Freddie Haynes talking about it.
Want you to be true to what you want us to sing about, because there is a line in that national anthem that says the land of the free and the home of the brave. Be true to that. Be true to that, because when you issue a dictate that says that if you are going to play on this football team, you are going to stand and respect the anthem. Mr. Jones, you respect the home of the free and the land of the brave. You respect the flag allegiance, where we say during the Pledge of Allegiance, it's a land of liberty and justice for all. You go ahead and respect that, Mr. Jones. So be true to what you want us to sing about. Why? Because in essence, Mr. Jones does not cheer on the field, but off the field. We want you to cheer for us the field. Off the field, we want to make sure that we have communities that are safe and protected, communities that experience justice and development. We want that off the field, Mr. Jones. And so I conclude my remarks by saying, Mr. Jones, be true to what you want us to sing about. And we want you to read afresh the Emancipation Proclamation. Slavery is over, and your players should be free to express express themselves. Your players should be free to kneel during the national anthem, because when they're kneeling during the national anthem, they are standing for what America is all about. Mr. Jones, you are the owner of America's team. Well, be true to what America is supposed.
So we have to go back and examine the evidence regarding Jerry Jones. So that was Pastor Freddie Haynes of Friendship West Baptist Church in Dallas, Texas, in Oak Cliff. I think Oak Cliff. So if we look back at Jerry Jones' history, he has we just saw he has a track record of showing some suspected white supremacist ways, making the players kneel. Majority of the football players are black. And during that time, the players didn't want to kneel for the Cowboys. You had certain players that did not want to they did not want to stand. But he made them kneel. He probably threatened them with getting cut. Because we all know in the NFL, most salaries are not guaranteed. At least a small percentage of their salary is guaranteed. So he probably threatened to cut them, bench them, all that type of stuff to make them stand for the anthem during that time frame. So you have that. Now you have this picture surface. I think Jerry Jones have a lot of work he must do. He must do. Because we're starting to see a pattern with Mr. Jones. We are starting to see a pattern with Mr. Jones. But guys, I would be remiss with not showing you. It's always one or more that's going to come up and take up for someone. And we know Stephen A. Smith had to come out of the woodwork. Well, it's an interesting thing about Stephen A. Smith. He loved the fence ride. Even with the Kyrie situation, he was flip-flopping. One minute he was saying, Kyrie, he shouldn't have done this. He needs to be recommended and all this. And then he comes back to all these demands are crazy. What they doing to Kyrie is unfair. He loved the fence ride. Stephen A. loved the fence ride. That's why I can stand him. He loved the fence ride. So, we're going to play a prime example of someone. There's always one black person that got to come up with white daddy. And unfortunately, we got a black man doing it. So that show, Stephen A., which he has a long track record sticking up for people in the dominant society. Let's see what Stephen A. had to say for taking up for Jerry Jones.
Be okay with that.
Regardless of
we
race.
Understand that. We get all of that. We also understand what we as black people and as black folks, black men have to deal with. And by the way, to some degree, we still deal with a lot of things, and we all know it. Racism is alive and well. Bigotry and prejudice is alive and well. We get all of that. What I'm saying is, here's the part that bothers me. You want to get on Jerry Jones and his track record, fine. In 2003 or so, you know what? You should have hired. Dennis Green shouldn't have got an interview on the phone. It should have been an in-person interview.
Right.
You should have followed the letter of the rule of the law as it pertained to the Rooney Rule. He wanted Bill Parcells, universally recognized one of the greatest football coaches we've ever seen. It was clear he wanted Bill Parcells. Nobody else was going to have a chance of getting that job. That's what he wants to do. You want to malign him for that? Fine. You want to point out that he's one of 7 black NFL owners that's never hired an African-American as a head coach? Fine. Do all of that. Attack him for that. Go ahead. Yeah. No problem. I see a plethora of African-Americans employed by him. I see black players who've played for him who rave about this man and what he's done for them on a personal level. But if you want to go by his hiring record when it comes to head coaches, no problem. Can't go the executive route because we know it's him. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the president, the GM, the owner. You want to do everything. And then he's got his children that he leads on as well. So you can't go the executive route. But you want to get on him about the head coaches, fine. But you're going to bring up a photo of him when he was 14, 15 years old.
Here we go.
65 or 66 years ago. This is where cancer culture gets into the mix. And you're making an attempt to eradicate him what he stands for and all he has done. I will remind you, we've had Senator Robert Byrd, who passed away a few years ago, that was a member of the KKK. We've had other politicians, you know, whose record, who didn't want to segregate, who didn't want.
Y'all see how he's coming out with all these excuses for Jerry Jones, but he didn't have that same type of energy for Kyrie when the stuff first broke about Kyrie. He did not keep that same type of energy. Well, he's going out for Jerry Jones. Pathetic.
Desegregation.
Right.
The George Wallaces of the world, the Bull Connors of the world, and others, okay? We've seen all of this. You've had elected officials on Capitol Hill that are implementing and legislating policy that affects our lives. But we're going to go to Jerry Jones. And by the way, I don't have a problem with the photo. I don't have a problem. If he was 30, 35, 40 years old, that's different.
Right.
14, 15 years old. 14, 15 years old.
Right.
So now some folks are going to get to look at Jerry Jones, and who's from Arkansas. It's the South. We understand what the South represented. You understand what I'm saying? Remember, when slavery ended with the Emancipation Proclamation, you talk about 1863 and what have you. What did Dr. Martin Luther King talk about? Well, you didn't give black folks nothing. You ridded slavery from them, but you gave them no land. But you gave white peasants from Europe land in the West and the Midwest, okay? So we understand from an historical perspective where it all comes from, what the South represented at least once upon a time, and in some people's eyes still to this day. But we're going to lean on somebody when he was 14, born and raised in the South, and we're going to pick it up 66 years later to say, you know something?
Yeah.
You ain't hire a black coach. I think that's pretty low.
Stephen A., I think you pretty low. I think you're a pretty low down scoundrel. Boy, he went all out of his way to defend Daddy Jerry Jones. He really did. He went all out. He went all out to defend Jerry Jones. Man, that's sad. Oh my God. But let's bring it back in, guys. So Jerry Jones had a history of making the people, his players, stand up for the anthem. Showed up in a racist photo. But how we know? How do we know? We don't know. Jerry Jones we need to have our list of demands. Jerry Jones, with your history and track record, just show us that you understand that you care about black people. You know, you want grace from us, fine. But you must show it. You must show it. And I was watching Dr. my YouTube channel, and she had a list of things. So let me just play, because this is great. We should have a list of demands for Jerry Jones. And I'm gonna pull her list up. I'm gonna pull her list up because I think it's great. Jerry Jones has this track record, you know, from the picture. He's claiming to be an innocent bystander, which we don't know. He showed up there. Then during the protest, and when players were kneeling, he made his players stand, saying, "Hey, if you take a knee, you're gonna get cut, or you're gonna be benched." So he got that going for him too. Never hired a black coach. It's time for Jerry Jones to show that he's on the side. He on our side. He have respect for the black race. Remember, guys, Kyrie shared the link. Kyrie shared the link. And they came with the demands. Let's just recap those demands for Kyrie. Just for sharing the link, guys. Remember, he just only shared the link. Apologize. Condemn the movie. So Jerry Jones needs to apologize and condemn white supremacy. Donate this Kyrie donate 500,000, $500,000 to anti-hate causes, I think the penalty is stiffer for Jerry Jones because he actually was there. So Jerry Jones needs to be in the million. He needs to donate in the millions to some type of black grassroots organization in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or multiple grassroots organizations, black grassroots organization in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Kyrie sensitivity training. I think Jerry Jones may need a little sensitivity training too, because he was making the players stand for the anthem. He needs to go, speak to some real black leaders, not no Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. Maybe Umar Johnson, maybe Umar. Sit down with Umar Farrakhan and go. I want to say to the lynching museum. I want to say that's in Montgomery, Alabama. Go to that lynching museum to see the things his ancestors did for black folks, all the people that was lynched. Go to the African American Museum and really get a grasp of the understanding the trauma of him being there caused to those students trying to just get an education. Kyrie had to do anti-Semitic training. We need ongoing training for Jerry Jones since he's, to understand the plight of the black society and what the dominant society. He needs ongoing training. And Kyrie needs to meet with the ADL and Jewish leaders. We already talked about Jerry Jones need to meet with black leaders, real black leaders. And Kyrie need to meet with Joe Tsai to demonstrate understanding. Yeah, Jerry Jones need to who he would need to meet with to demonstrate his understanding. I ain't thought that far yet, but he needs to meet with somebody we really respect to demonstrate he understands the issue we have with him making players stand and being there to traumatize those kids when they was trying to go to school. We definitely need that. Let's see. Okay, I got a comment. Okay, Darren said he's a racist. I don't know. I'm leaning that way myself. Oh, Darren said it's multiple videos to prove it. Man, share the link to those videos. I want to see those. But let's see here. All right. Here is Dr. Mayat. Let's see what she's talking about.
3, we want him to meet with black community leaders of our for his Kyrie Irving. They asked him, look at this. The Nets have delivered Kyrie Irving 6 items he must complete to return to the team. He had to apologize or condemn the movie. So all this brother did was put up a link and said, look, check out From Hebrews to Negroes. Check that out. A movie, by the way, that's on Amazon. So they didn't have any smoke for Jeff Bezos. No smoke. There was no smoke for Jeff Bezos. It was a whole bunch of smoke for Kyrie, though, right? How to make that make sense? So all he did, he didn't say anything. He didn't say, I believe everything that was in the documentary, or I believe. All he did was say, check it out. That's all he did. And for that, he got suspended. They wanted him to apologize or condemn the movie. They wanted him to donate $500,000 to, anti-hate causes. Anti-hate causes. They wanted him to attend sensitivity training. Right? It says anti-Semitic training. They wanted him to meet with the ADL and Jewish leaders and meet with, it says, Joe Tsai. Maybe I butchered that. It says to demonstrate his understanding. That's what they wanted him to do, right? That's what they wanted him to do. All because he tweeted or posted, whatever, the name of a documentary that he watched, That's all. And they wanted all of this. So we have a list of demands for Jerry Jones. Here we go. Here's our list of demands for Jerry Jones. Family, I want you all to share this on.
Listen, guys, fair is fair. Fair is fair. We just playing by the rules of what the rules that everyone is placing on us as black people. Fair is fair. So let's keep it going.
Online. Let's pressure these players. Let's pressure the NFL. Let's give them the same energy they gave Kyrie. Let's give them the same energy they gave Kyrie family. And we have a list of demands for Jerry Jones. Number one, we want him to apologize for his anti-black racist behavior. He sat right there in the midst, right, of a pack of thugs, and to prevent some black students, 6 black students on September the 9th, 1957, from integrating his high school. That is anti-black racist behavior.
Indeed it is. Guilty by association. We all know how you can go to prison for just being there when the crime was created. You just being there with the people. Just being there with the people, you are guilty. And this apply to Jerry Jones. Just being there with the people, you are guilty.
Demand an apology from Jerry Jones for his anti-black racist behavior. See, one of the principles of Ma'at is reciprocity. Hello? I'm going to say that again. One of the principles of Ma'at is reciprocity. Okay? So I believe in giving people the same energy they give me. Ashe? All right. So we want him to apologize for his anti-racist behavior. Okay? 2, we want him to come out and we want him to condemn anti-black racism. Isn't that what they wanted Kyrie to do? To come out and condemn anti-Semitism? Right?
They do.
We want him to come out and condemn anti-black racism. 3, we want him to meet with black community leaders of our choice. Notice, family, I put of our choice. Because you know what they'll do? They'll say, well, we'll schedule a meeting with the leaders of the black community. You know who the leaders of the black community will be? Young Miami, Cardi B. What's the big girl? Oh my goodness, what's her name, y'all? Tell me in the chat. The big girl is always twerking. I'm looking right at her, but I can't think of her name. Tell me in the chat really quickly. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Lizzo. That's her name. So they'll meet with, they'll say, well, we're gonna sit down with the black community's leaders, and it'll be Lizzo, it'll be Young Miami and Cardi B, right? It'll be some people like that, some rappers. It'll be some rappers or something like that. It'll be, Al Sharpton, who we know they have him in their pocket. So it'll be Al Sharpton or Messy Jesse or somebody like that. It don't be real black leaders, right? They would never sit down with Minister Farrakhan. No. They'll sit down with some rappers or something.
Yeah, that's the trick. They always love to get entertainers, to sit down. Like we need real black grassroots leaders, people we respect, not these Democratic shields, Like that's the game I like to play.
Some sort. So we want him to meet with black community leaders of our choice. We also want him to donate 10 million. But now that I know that his net worth is 11 billion, hell, we need to up the ante. Let's have him donate $100 million to black institutions of our choice. Notice I keep putting of our choice. We want 100 mil. I need to update this meme or this photo and change it. We want him to donate $100 million since his net worth is 11 billion, right? To black institutions of our choice. So he needs to kick some bread out to some African-centered schools, to some black-owned businesses, black-owned banks, to some black grassroots organizations. Yeah, that's what we want. 5, we want him to attend sensitivity training, right? We want him to attend some sensitivity training too. And lastly, We want him to meet with Minister Farrakhan to demonstrate an understanding, right? Then they wanted Kyrie to sit down with a Jewish rabbi or something to demonstrate his understanding. We want you to sit down with the minister, you know, to demonstrate your understanding. Anybody else that we choose. So these are our list of demands for Jerry Jones family. This is the list. It's on Instagram. I posted it on my Instagram. I posted it on my Facebook page. I posted it on my TikTok page, my Twitter page. Make sure you share it. And family, let's pressure these. Let's give them the same.
So you see what Dr. Mahat said. Fair is fair, guys. Fair is fair. It's only fair. It's only fair that we keep the same energy that they have for us. Keep that same energy that they have for us. So I didn't want to be long on here, but I did want to share these videos that connect the dots, you know, with Jerry Jones and his past. And if we playing by these new rules, then let's play by it for everyone. Kyrie shared a link and got all these lists of demands and got suspended and all this type of stuff. And he apologized. Fine. Jerry Jones, we have proof you was there, participating. Guilty by association. So, as you heard from me and Dr. Mahat, what the list of demands should be. So hopefully, family, if you're watching this, please put the pressure. Spread this video. Let people know Jerry Jones needs to apologize. He needs to demonstrate, you know, he have an understanding of what's going on with white supremacy and what he did wrong, and he needs to donate to a grassroots Black organization in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Multiple. Probably should give each organization $1 million. But I'm not going to stay on here anymore. Guys, if you're watching it, watch the playback, please remember to subscribe, like, share the video. Still trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So only way I can get there is share this video, you like this video, and you subscribe to the YouTube channel. So that's me. I just want to jump on real quick. Oh man, I would be getting off and someone leave a comment. Let's see. This is, hey Ashley, how you doing? Do you think his silence is his answer? It depends on what you say his answer. You think his answer, which answer is he? He's racist? It may be. His silence may be his answer, but he spoke on it. He said he was just curious. He said he was just curious. But he was there though. He was just there out of curiosity in the photo. He said he didn't know what was going on. He was just there out of curiosity. So, but you know how I go, Ashley. When you if you with somebody that committed a crime, you are guilty by association. So whether he says he's not or whatever, he need to demonstrate to us that he's not by his actions. So the book is still out on Jerry Jones of being a racist. Right now, it's leaning towards he's a racist. So he demonstrate that he's not. So there you have it. But guys, I'm about to get out of here. Y'all enjoy y'all Saturday evening. I just want to jump on here for a few minutes. But as always, all power to the people, and I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one.